Hello, my name's Alice and I'm Research and Documentation Assistant for Archaeology at Holland East Riding Museum. And today we're taking a closer look at some things from our Islamic art collection. So within that collection we've got about 30 pottery objects, and 4 of these come from the city of Nishapur in northeastern Iran. So today we're going to be taking a slightly closer look at this city and why it was important. So Nishapur was founded in the 3rd century AD by Nishapur I, who was around in about 240 to 270 AD. And it was a provincial capital within the Sasanian Empire. The city was named after King Nishapur, Nishapur, which translates roughly as New City of Shapur, Fair Shapur, or Perfect Built of Shapur. Now over the next few hundred years, the city went through a series of changing rulers, changing dynasties, and gradually became a really important place within its region of Khorasan. And by the 10th century, Nishapur was under the rule of the Samanid dynasty, and the city became prosperous and the population grew. Historical sources talk about the bazaars, the amazing buildings, and also the crafts produced, which includes pottery. And of course, the 4 pottery objects in our collection all date to this Samanid period. Now, the growth of the pottery industry in Nishapur was all due to the development of slip painting. So this is where you take a coloured pigment and you mix it in with some wet clay, and then you paint that design onto the object. Now this was an amazing invention because it meant that the design didn't change during the firing process, so there's a lot more consistency in your designs. Now then, throughout the medieval period, Nishapur continued to flourish as a regional capital. The city had a population of between 100,000 and 120,000 people, and it covered an area of about 6.5 square miles. But how come it was getting so popular and so prosperous? Well, it was all about location, because it was on the Silk Road. Now, the Silk Road was a trading route that went from China all the way through to the Mediterranean, with goods being traded along the route. So it crossed through Asia, Iran, Iraq, Syria and Turkey. And Nishapur was situated on this important trading route, and it contributed to it because it had a local supply of local turquoise mines nearby. Then it also was producing textiles, of course it was producing the pottery, and also, a little bit bizarrely, a type of edible earth that people believed had healing properties. However, along with this prosperity, the city also had a series of tumultuous events happen to it, disasters as well as rebuilding. So through the 10th and 11th centuries, it passed under yet more dynasties, so more rulers from different families. It survived 2 earthquakes, and it was sacked by the Oghuz Turks in 1153 AD. Now, after this sacking, the city's residents moved to nearby Shadiyakh, which became known as Nishapur. Now, the city's ultimate downfall came at the hands of Genghis Khan and the Mongols in 1221 AD. Now, what happened was Genghis Khan's son-in-law got killed in Nishapur. So his wife, Genghis Khan's daughter, was out for revenge. So she asked Genghis Khan to have everyone in the city killed. And Genghis Khan's troops did this. They killed the entire population of 190,000 people, killing and beheading each of them. And it's said that they stacked the skulls up in pyramids. What a gruesome thought. However, after this complete devastation of the city, it was built yet again, however in a slightly different location, and its history continued with more disasters, more rebuilding, always in slightly different locations until it reached its present location. Now, the oldest part of the city in modern Nishapur dates to around the 15th century, and this was after an earthquake that occurred around 1405 AD. And there is still the remains of a congregational mosque, which was founded in 1493, that can be found there. So, thanks for watching, and do check out some more of our content online.